Folks, welcome to the SoAlz Penitentiary. I meant to come on and do this. It's me. It's that no good SoAlz kicking it for you soul style. But he threw me off because he was yapping.
That can happen.
So I am SoAlz. That's Tactics over there.
What's
We
up?
call them a number of names, but the newest one is avocado because we found out that it translates from some kind of Spanish word to testicle.
Perfect.
So
Also,
it
my
worked
10-year-old daughter
perfectly.
watches, so we had to tone it
Oh,
down a
she won't
notch.
watch. You're fine. Anyway, I thought just for fun tonight, we would talk about Milwaukee. Are they going the way of Makita? And what I mean by that is,
Ooh, those fighting words.
are they resting on their laurels and allowing the competition to get ahead of them?
Maybe.
It definitely a maybe. Now,
It's a big maybe.
my personal belief is you look at the core. If they've
You
got
know
the
what it's
core
not?
right,
It's
okay, I'm
not a
sorry.
no.
Right. Um, if you've got the core right, then you look at the rest of what they offer, right? So I will not say that Milwaukee doesn't have their core right. They do. But are they the best at it? Because once you look at the core, then you got to go beyond that and start looking at the best, right? So I don't think there can be any argument made. Right now, best hammer drill, dewalt. Best impact driver, dewalt. Best recip saw, dewalt.
I'm
Best circular saw, dewalt.
I'm
Best
gonna play
angle
devil's advocate
grinder,
here.
dewalt. Sure,
Best battery for sure, DeWalt. Power to weight ratio,
true.
Milwaukee all day, dude. That drill is very impressive for how small it is. I will say that.
Yeah,
Uh
absolutely.
very, very impressive. There's no point in buying a compact on that Gen 4. It's that small.
Fuzzy Preacher, Jeremy, Apache Helicopter, Jamie,
That's all I
True,
got.
Dan, the Tomato Man. He's a man's man, and I
Hey,
mean that because he has a
ha
husband.
have you ever
A
seen a
Fuzzy
Walmart box that
Peach,
you need to use a freaking hammer to open, dude?
Tacos, what's up? And Tiago, how are you guys doing tonight?
They used
So,
all the glue on
yes,
this one.
I want to hear from you guys. Has Milwaukee begun resting on the name Milwaukee and relying on their fanboys to just go buy whatever whatever product that they put out, and it works? I put out a video yesterday or a week ago or so explaining why uh, they have gotten that way. Like they have reps in the store, and that's the biggest part of it. Being at Home Depot is the second biggest part of that. And yes, having a very vast tool line, again, another piece of it. But overall, are they the best? I mean, technically, if you watch any YouTube channel, they're telling you that, yeah, Milwaukee is the best, but is that the truth?
If
Milwaukee putting out non-brushed tools under the fuel line is sus.
Oh, that's really sus. Are they doing that? No, they're
Yeah.
not doing that.
That's why I've been slowly phasing out Milwaukee and getting what suits me the best from all brands. And that's a great strategy. We highly recommend you doing that. No one tool company, no one tool brand is the best at everything. You can start looking at DeWalt and saying, well, they're reasonably or markedly better in this area, and this area. My Home Depot has rigid. Well, every Home Depot has rigid. I think they effed up the trigger mode switch on the new stubby. Maybe rigid does make incredible plumbing tool.
Did somebody
And
just announce
Fuzzy
their find of
Preacher.
rigid at Home Depot?
What?
Did somebody just announce their find of rigid at Home Depot?
Yes.
Wow.
Brands have issues, and all brands have its outstanding tools. I agree. The best tool is the one that works for you that you can afford. Again, I agree. Now that the 1007, not cheap. The 860, right up there, not cheap, although it's on sale right now for $199. So
Get
amazing.
the
For
freaking
the
998
860.
for 150 right now.
No, there you go. And Steven Ott says he's just a Milwaukee guy. Who has the better cordless shop vac, DeWalt or Milwaukee?
Ooh,
I've got the DeWalt Silent or a Stealth, whatever they call it, and it's nothing short of amazing. I do not have any Milwaukee vacuums. What's up,
it's
Sayer?
probably really good. I've had the brushed version of the Milwaukee vacuum.
Yeah.
And as an electrician using a vacuum, um, you know, on yourself and also on the job site, being an electrician,
Mm.
it's pretty good. Gotta say.
Taco said he thinks DeWalt is resting on their reputation and on FlexVolt, but the FlexVolt circular saw, recip saw, and angle grinder are the best on the market, or arguably the best on the market. And Sayer, he definitely says that Milwaukee is falling behind. Uh, Amshack, I will have to inspect the chair after you install it to make sure it's properly grounded.
Yeah, I hope you
My
do.
channel says Makita's baked. Makita's not even in the conversation. Makita hasn't been in the conversation in like 10 years. Their tools have been absolute trash. When a company is happy to be third, as Makita has been for about a decade now, um, they're telling you that they don't expect to compete. And they're not even third any longer. They're barely in the top five. And they're lucky Husqvarna doesn't make drills and impact drivers, or they would be not in the top five.
Right.
Sayer says, I think Milwaukee is spending too much time with speed and power and forgetting about quality. Hey, you boy, Ram. I'll admit, Stephen, I will admit Milwaukee has a camera that is badass. It's slightly more efficient than Rigid now. Both are fucking expensive. Any of those borescope cameras are terribly priced.
Yeah, Milwaukee's is extremely overpriced for what it is because you can buy a $30 one if it's essentially Milwaukee does the exact same thing.
Yeah, it's crazy out there. But when I look at Milwaukee, I really think that when they came out with the Gen 4 drill and impact driver combo cut, uh, it was a slight increase, not a huge increase in power and in speed. It was very slight.
It was
In
nothing to
terms,
write home about. I wouldn't have
no,
switched.
no, in terms of the hammer drill, the Gen 4 is actually weaker than the Gen 3. But they did make an incredible improvement in the Gen 4 impact driver, but not so big that the average person would notice. Milwaukee going down the same hole Snap-on did. Maybe. That might be true. Milwaukee makes one for both drain and oh yeah. I never expected so many people to be upset over 4 foot-pound differences between Milwaukee and DeWalt. Well, it's funny because I'm currently editing a video I hope to have out for tomorrow. I meant to have it out earlier today. I just things are going on. My house was attempted to be broken into for the second time. Um,
That's
so
crazy.
they didn't quite make it in this time. All they did was snap as a matter of fact, if you look, you can actually see they snapped the spring
Oh yeah,
on my
dude.
garage door. They wedged something under the door trying to pry it up. Didn't get it up, so I still have my stuff, thankfully. But they wedged something under both sides of my door trying to get it up. Looks like a crowbar, and it didn't work. But long story short, didn't work. So I've been
So
kind of
for the
busy
record,
dealing
they
with
couldn't
that.
get it up.
Yeah, yeah, they definitely are Makita guys. They can't get it up.
All right, just checking.
So, and it can't be my son because my son was in rehab. So there, part two of that thing
Yeah.
was answered for you. Although he got kicked out of rehab yesterday, but still.
Yeah.
And boys, is how we got All right. No, I have, believe me, there's enough of them, even in this garage. I've got some cameras. I got to put them out. That's one of the things that I've been working on is getting some cameras for the outside and inside. Just trying to make sure that I am covered. But back to what we were talking about, I when I look at what like when you compare the Gen 3 M12 hammer drill and impact driver to the Gen 2, night and day difference. Like head and shoulders better. But the Gen 3 to the Gen 4 in the M18 was not that way. It was just a little bit better, not much. Well, good for you, Dan. You should never start. And how you doing, Rodney? B-Dubs, what's up? Put the lock on your garage. Well, that's one of the reasons they didn't. I don't put a lock on because all I do is I put a bolt in the on the inside of my door when I am sleeping at night because a lot of times I forget to lock the car. Well, the
Yeah.
bolt won't let the garage door come up. So no worries. Even if they get into the car and they hit the garage door button, they can't get in. Little thing I learned a while back. But when I'm comparing like the 998 or the 999 to the new 1007, there's a huge difference. The 845 to the 860, there's a huge difference.
Yeah.
It's noticeable. And even though those tools are expensive, they're worth the extra money. They're worth paying that additional amount to get. Whereas Gen 3, Gen 4 Milwaukee and the M18 line, that there's a little difference. It's not really truly noticeable unless you're a really knowledgeable tool guy.
There pretty much is no difference, really.
Yeah. What is this? Apache. What you are saying is Milwaukee is inching through the tool world with virtually insignificant, negligible improvements and trying to sell them as major changes. Yeah, it's kind of like Apple. Like I know Cooch says it all the time. He calls it the Apple of the tool world. It's very much true because when you look at the current offerings from Milwaukee, there is no tool that they have come out with recently that I'm like, oh, well, I got to get that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
nah, what's up, Jessica?
When we were in Branson and we saw that jigsaw,
Yeah. And I
dude,
got to,
you've got the biggest hands, I think, even bigger than Jermaine's. I was terrified he was gonna break my DeWalt yesterday. I was like, no, no, don't do it, dude, because he's a freaking beast, man. You guys don't understand how strong that dude is.
yeah,
Uh, you couldn't even reach the switch on the Milwaukee. What are they doing, man?
I don't know. That's the thing. I think so with Klein getting
Yeah.
limited, for lack of a better phrase, and I got a little bit more on that in another video I plan on releasing here in the next few days. But with Klein being limited in Home Depot and it looking like they're limiting even more of the consumer electric or what a commercial, it's really consumer electric products at Home Depot. Milwaukee having to fill that massive void on top of Ego leaving, 3 years ago, Milwaukee filling that space, and then coming out with the new gen tools. I just don't know that they have focused on anything or made anything really viable that would make someone who isn't in that line switch or buy into it, other than having a sales rep in store cramming Milwaukee down your throat.
Yeah, this charity can come with a lever to raise and lower it.
Young BL 33ZZ. Is that what Young Bleezy?
Oh, it
I,
did.
I don't know what you're going for there, but young bleezy, I'm going to call you that. Klein makes a borderline uh, professional level multimeter. Now, some of their linesmen, some of their hand tools are obviously professional level, but their multimeters and whatnot, they're just borderline. They're right on there. Milwaukee stepping into that space, they don't have anything that they are currently making for electricians that is anywhere near commercially viable. Like, it's not professional level. The
Yeah.
screwdrivers are okay, they're kind of substandard. None of their electrical hand tools should be used by an electrician because there's a shock hazard associated with them. Their multimeters have always been suspect. And I'm being generous saying suspect. You go down the line of what Milwaukee is being asked to do at Home Depot, truly taking over
the
80%.
greatest the greatest electrical tool brand known to mankind
Fluke.
on a
Oh,
world level. I
we
mean, you can say
where?
Knipex is more well known, but not more than Klein, dude. Klein, everyone knows Klein. Whether it's good or
Blind.
bad, it doesn't matter. Everyone
Yeah.
knows Klein.
Okay. I'm just making sure we're up to date on the all the messages because the last one I have is from that young Bleezy. As a matter of fact, I figured out a trick. There we go. Fluke for multimeters. Exactly right. I went into Lowe's yesterday and I was looking for deals because I always look for deals for you guys on the weekends and whatnot. And I
Yeah.
bring you what I find. If there's anything worth reporting, there is no Fluke at Lowe's. None. It's completely gone. Now, I said it would be gone a year ago. People laughed at me because, well, Klein can't replace Fluke. Well, guess what? Klein replaced Fluke. Now, the only thing left at Lowe's, Klein and Cobalt. Never met anybody that bought a Cobalt multimeter or any kind of Cobalt electrician tool.
Not that really knew what they're doing. Um, one of the best things about Lowe's is that you could get Klein there, you could get Knipex, you could get, you know,
What's up, Budsville?
a lot of DeWalt accessories,
Yeah.
and then you go to Home Depot for the hand tools. Seems like both stores are kind of messing up here, but the biggest mistake
Hmm.
that Lowe's is about to make is keeping their electrical aisle in the same shambles that it's in, and then expecting all these electricians to come to your store with all this great new stuff. I will say they've got a lot of Square D stuff now, and
They
it's
do?
always stocked, but they don't have the bulk like Home Depot does with connectors and couplings and all that stuff. It should be a lot easier than it is. If you're going to have a lot of electricians in your store, you should have triple stock stuff in the back. You should never ever run out of connectors if you're bringing in that kind of, tool presence.
Absolutely great. And now that it looks like they're getting rid of Knipex,
Yep.
it looks like they're getting rid
We
of
are.
Weehaw.
Hmm.
I mean, it's truly, I hate to say it because this is going to sound like a tool snob kind of a deal, but truly, when you look at what Lowe's is doing, they're not setting themselves up for a professional market. I know they
Right.
have DeWalt, and you guys are going to go DeWalt, right? And Klein, only some of their very limited amount of their tools are actually professional level, professional grade.
Right.
Now, that doesn't mean a professional can't use them or shouldn't use them because they will,
Gonna mute
but
myself for a second.
sure. But when you look at other brands like the Knipex of the world, the Weehas, the Wiras, they're they're much better. They're just much better. Sorry. Morgan's, how you doing? Um, and yeah, I think all Lowe's are poorly managed. That's Morgan's maintenance, by the way. But when you look at it time and time again, like Klein is just kind of second rate. Also looks like they're getting rid of maybe Metabo, they're limited Bosch. Bosch, great professional, the best concrete company in the world. They do it better than anybody else. With the Bosch Bulldog, as far as rotary hammers go, their SDS bits are better than everybody else's, better than Diablo, better than Milwaukee, better than DeWalt. And it looks like they're getting rid of them, or at least limiting them. They're getting rid of flex, or maybe not getting rid of, but also limiting flex. And it's you just look at it on down the line, and what Lowe's is doing is they're saying we're going for the homeowner market, and if we get contractors in here, great. If we don't, great. Why is Klein worse? Well, first of all, like their bits, uh, their hand tools or whatever, they don't hold up. The edge of their, um, I almost call them what we call them out in the field, but I'm going to say diagonal cutters. Um, the edges roll, they don't hold up as well. You can't use them as well as you can a Knipex. They don't cut as well as the Knipex. And as far as their screwdrivers go, now their screwdrivers are of a high quality, but not when you compare them to Wera or Weha. So there are definitely better professional level tools out there, but
I
I think having Klein come in, it just kind of took over that space, and maybe that was part of the contract.
Yeah, I haven't noticed a difference of Klein versus Knipex yet. I've heard of some reports of the newer Klein stuff being a looser from the factory. You used to have to break your Kleins in, get them moving. You
Yeah,
don't have to do that.
I haven't
I
had to do
certainly
that in like
prefer to break
5
my
years.
stuff in.
And Grayson, what about their multimeters? When you
Which
compare it to
ones?
Fluke, when you really look at, and you know better than me because you're an active electrician or you're in the electrical trade.
Yeah.
But when you look at their multimeters and you compare it to Fluke, like Fluke has much better range, much better sensitivity. Their their multimeters are the next level.
Mm, this is what I'll say about Fluke. You get exceptional performance with a huge loss of features for the same price. But when you see a number on a Fluke, you know you can trust it.
100%. Thoughts on Malco tools? Malco used to be great. I really love their nut drivers,
Malco's still good.
especially the flips. The flips were the best. They're just hard to find anymore. You can't walk
The
into a store and buy them off the
I don't know how I
shelf.
feel about the flips, man. Um, I feel the flips just like I feel about the multi flip uh nut driver, just like I feel about anything multi, right? Even the 10 and ones. Too many moving pieces, too many
Yeah,
pieces to lose.
and too many
Uh
small pieces.
you start trying to slide something on metal with burrs and wear and tear involved, they get stuck. Sometimes they get stuck in a weird angle and you got to beat them off just to reattach them the proper way if you're not paying attention. You slide
No.
that sucker on and it's seated weird and you go to
Yeah.
use it, and that's all you've got on you. For example, I'm going to go open up a panel and I've seated the thing wrong. I don't have a whole bunch of hand tools with me. I've only got my drill with me. You use it once, you figure out you need to flip it around. It's game over. You got to go back to the
Absolutely.
truck.
Yeah, and well, I did the video on the flip sockets on a long ass extension, which I think is just stupid. Um, you
Yeah,
should not have 5 sockets on one extension.
great for
Um,
HVAC techs. Any kind of tech is going to love that. That's it.
yeah,
That's it. If you're not a tech and you're in construction, don't buy that shit.
and they call it impact rated, but the problem is if you actually use it for impacts, if you really impact it, those sockets are they're gonna stuck and get stuck on the end, and then
Yeah.
you're gonna have to beat the hell out of them and ruin the socket
What
or the adapter, and
what
then
what
now
did we
you've just got
buy? We
five.
opened it live on your live stream and it all slid in each other and I got the thing locked up. What was it? One of those, it was a Klein something. It might have been that nut driver, but dude, it was stuck like Chuck, and I couldn't even get it off. Now, I didn't want to make any marks on it. I just wanted to return it, so I didn't really go aggressively, but it was stuck enough to where I couldn't physically remove it without putting marks on it.
Sure.
Brand new, out of the box. So stuff that flips just isn't that great of an idea.
Well, it's a great idea. It's just nobody's executed it. Well, Malco did execute it great. They
Yeah.
were the best. They might still be the best at it. You just can't find them.
Okay,
So
so
they
where you
may have
find your
been.
Malco, I don't know if you guys knew this, you have to go to the plumbing aisle at Home Depot, and it's there. That's where they hide all the Malco because that's where the HVAC tools are. That's where your Andes, they call them Andes as a trade name, but that's the
Yep.
really long tin snips that Malco's made for years. I've
Yep.
been buying Melco ever since 2006, 2004, when I was doing college for trade school for heating, ventilation, air conditioning. Malco's been around forever as far as hand tools go for HVAC. And they recently came into the YouTube tool world. That's where you find them. You find them in the plumbing aisle at Home Depot. All the sizes, all three of them are there.
Well, that's good. Good idea, George. You should keep it open. Well, yeah, I can't remember the last time I bought Malco. I know when I was doing solar, that's pretty, as far as nut drivers, that's pretty much the only one I used. But we're only using 3 different size sockets
Right.
uh, in solar anyway, so it wasn't a big deal if I didn't have like a dedicated nut driver and I could make it by with a flip. That was cool, but it would be a Malco if I had to do it. And Harbor Freight has been having that. I know I don't talk about Harbor Freight a lot. My firm belief is that once you get to be a serious tool guy, the chances of you going into Harbor Freight on a regular basis drop down dramatically. But maybe if you're an animated character and a little suspect as to how to use tools, maybe you got a tool channel that, and you live in a den, you'll go to Harbor Freight and you'll uh,
if
sing their praises.
if you
But
really
for
know
the
what's
rest of
up,
us,
if you really know what's up,
yeah,
that's what you want. They're cleanable. It's the first style of cleanable. They are fully rated. They don't break. When we look at the adapters, what we're putting on our large impacts to do these crazy tasks, we're buying the DeWalt adapters, right? Same steel here. This piece slides up and you're able to clean the magnet, right? When you type in, this is at the very bottom of the list, by the way. Look how far you have to go to find
that didn't seem that far to
anything.
me.
Everything else is showing you this.
Oh
When
yeah,
you look for cleanable nut driver, a nut setter,
I
they're called
like
a
them
nut
now.
setter. So you want to type in setter, by the way, if you're looking for this stuff. And DeWalt still makes the best one, and they still make the best swivels.
What's up, LFL?
And Lowe's used to carry all this stuff. Trying to make sure my name's not on here. There you go. There. That's what you want for strut.
Yep. Games is pretty easy to replace a chuck on a drill.
And this is what you want for Tapcons. All right. Well, that's a 7/16, but that's what you want for Tapcons. And just
It
keep it
doesn't
old
have
school,
a
man. Keep
transmission.
one tool for a job. By the time you get to what you're needing to do and you spend time flipping around all the pieces, you could already have the screw unscrewed.
What is this? I literally buy one thing at Harbor Freight. That's the $7 replacement dolly wheels with 10-inch tire. Well, that makes a whole lot of sense,
That
Derek.
does make a lot of sense, and that's a good idea.
Wouldn't Milwaukee have a better one? Have you ever used Milwaukee bits and accessories? Those Shockwave bits. Uh, go to the live that I did like a few weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, where I tested out the bits. Milwaukee broke on the very first one. They're terrible. They are terrible bits.
The only thing worse than that is some of the original DeWalt's that are impact rated that are
No,
just
Dan.
black. They don't make them anymore. Those
Yeah.
snap just looking at them.
So the Shockwave bits suck. Their nut drivers, they suck too. If you put them in an impact driver, just get ready to replace them. Like as soon as you pop one in, have another one in your hand because you're going to be replacing it. Um, I, I don't think Milwaukee, outside of their Speed Square, I really don't know that there's a Milwaukee accessory that is worth buying.
I
And
bought
a lot
these
of you
because they
guys,
were interesting. But
these guys are going to be saying like, "I hate Milwaukee." It's not true. I'm very fair, except
even
to
this blue
Makita.
ring right here, as you use
Yeah,
it, watch.
wears off, just comes
Yeah,
off.
it just falls off, and then it's like all loose, and then the one thing that you thought was cool to identify your bit is just gone.
Flex bits on clearance. Yeah, flex bits are on clearance and really cheap. I don't know that they're any good. I've never used them.
They are not that good.
Um,
They're okay.
yeah, we also broke the Makita XPS bits. They're not great either. Bosch makes much better bits than all of the
Bosch does make
standard
the better
companies.
bits. I like these though, as far
Yep,
as just usability.
I like the black. I don't remember the name of the black DeWalt bits, but they hold up extremely well. I use them in the video that I got coming out. Um, I'm not trashing DeWalt bits. I think DeWalt makes an outstanding bit. But they were asking about Milwaukee, and I gotta
Yeah.
say, I think every Milwaukee accessory, well, except outside of what do they call it, the Marks All, their little Sharpie,
The
is
Inksol.
probably the
The
best. The Inksol, yeah,
Inksol.
that might be the best accessory that they make. Um,
It's
so
pretty good. It's pretty
yeah,
good. Uh,
uh,
you can
and it's
still
Speed
ask
Square.
any tradesman because they're on their hard hats anywhere you go, right? So
Yeah,
anytime you're doing anything, you can ask somebody for a Sharpie. They'll pop it off their hard hat, and it's probably a Milwaukee marker. But you can still say Sharpie to this day on the
yeah.
job site, and someone's gonna hand you a Sharpie.
I think Mario, Weehaw, we were talking about him. Weehaw makes outstanding bits and accessories. Their screwdrivers are outstanding. I have several of them myself. We just tested their bits. The bits held up very well. I was kind of surprised at how well they did hold up. Touchdown Ravens, pulling for the Bills tonight. So let me know if they score. Um, but no, I really like Weira and Weehaw. I think both of them are amazing. The Inksol, that's probably the best Milwaukee accessory. Maybe their fastback. I think the fastback's outstanding. The metal's just soft. If you go to sharpen it, you're going to take off a whole hunk of fucking blade with it because the metal is soft. Um, and then they've got the fastback utility knife with the little screwdriver. I think that's nice.
Yeah.
Trying to be nice. But overall, when it comes to accessories, those are the only ones you're going to mention. I don't think you ever mention their uh, tape measures because the
No.
tape measures only have about 6 inches of protection on them. Most of the good ones, thanks, Dan the Man. Most of the, I'm not going to do it, but thank you for the money. Um, uh, Most of the good brands have 9 to 16 inches of protection on it. Even the Klein, which the Klein tape measures suck balls, but even the Klein
That's true.
tape measure has more protection on it than the Milwaukee. So I mean, you look at it and you go, well, that is kind of
Par for
terrible.
the course.
Yeah, I mean, I have their hammer. Hammer's not all that exciting. I know quite a bit about hammer. I can swing a hammer like a mother. There ain't nothing that's gonna get hit by a hammer from me. They ain't getting destroyed, but
Did
or
did you
driven.
catch Jermaine beating that inch and an eighth headed bolt into a 4x4 yesterday?
No, I did not.
Dude, he hammered it.
Take it
Let
easy,
me get
Danny.
it. He hammered it with his tough build hammer.
The
Pretty
Lufkin
impressive. Hang on.
tapes are much better. All right. The Lufkin tape measures are much better. And I was looking at the DeWalt framing hammer, and I'm not a DeWalt guy. I give a shit if any of these companies are around tomorrow, other than I wouldn't have content to make. I'll just start showing you guys how to use shit. But
Jermaine
oh,
hammered this into a 4x4. I thought he was gonna break my table and my vise, and he's just like, wham, 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 dude. It's like freaking neighbors 10 houses away could probably hear him
mm,
smashing on this thing. Look at the freaking bolt head on this thing.
it's definitely mangled. You can tell he's got the swing of an electrician.
And
Dan says it reminds him of his husband. It's got the head smashed.
look at that though, man. It's actually pretty decent. Look, there's like
Yeah,
not even a gash in there.
there's just some marring. It's not bad. I
Yeah,
mean, it's a hammer. There shouldn't
it
be.
is a hammer. This
Um,
is my point, man.
yeah, the handle on that is going to break though.
This one?
Down into the grip. I don't think it's metal all the way through.
You guys want to find out?
No,
How many likes we got?
180
How many
or
likes we
18.
got?
It's
Let's
either
get to 100
180 or
likes. I will
18.
skin the insulation off of this for this guy's stream and his support. And we're going to get down to see what's inside this hammer and maybe we'll snap it in half. Let's get 100 likes. We'll break this
Wood
hammer in
handle.
half, maybe
I
saw
prefer
it
the
up,
wood handle.
chop it
Yeah,
up, whatever you guys want to see. They don't even make these anymore. So get to 100 likes. We're
B dub total.
skinning, we're skinning the grip off of this, snapping it in half, and maybe putting it on our chop saw.
So we either have 28 likes. Sorry, but we can't see the full counter, so you guys will have to tell us 29. So apparently we only have 28 or 29 likes. Sorry, guys.
This is a
Zach,
tough
thank
build
you.
hammer, not a
We
Fiskars.
appreciate that. Yeah, it's a tough build. You could tell by the port design of the head on it that it is definitely a tough build.
I actually like this hammer.
You would.
I actually like this hammer. I don't have any complaints about this hammer. You know what I will say? I really like this part of the hammer right there. There's
Okay.
just something about that right there that is really nice. We get to 100 likes, we'll destroy it for you guys.
That's just weird that you like that hammer. I know a thing or two about hammers, and yeah, that would be annoying to me.
That, man, it's hard to explain. It just sits.
I know why
I
you
had to buy. I
like it.
borrowed my buddies, and this is very comfortable. I don't know why. There's just something about it. It's very comfortable.
Oh, it's
It's a
because it's
comfortable hammer.
phallic. It's because it's
Because it's
phallic.
phallic. That's why. Oh look, hey, you might be onto something. Hang
Yeah, it's definitely not metal all the way through.
on.
Anyway, um, just so I know why you like it. I know why a lot of homeowners would like a hammer like that because they think it's going to prevent the tool from slipping out of their hand and flying off or whatever. But the fact of the matter is, most hammers have a shape to them that they ride into the crux of your hand. So when your hand is shut around the handle, it will not fall. It will not fly away. S-wing. I like S-wing hammers. I
Speaking of
really love
legitimate,
stiletto, but who the hell has money for stiletto hammers or boss hammers now?
yeah.
Um, I actually think the boss hammers might be better than the stilettos, but now we're going down a whole rabbit
Ooh,
hole of better hammers.
ooh.
um, I like the S wings. I'm just going to leave it there. Made in America, like it. I have the Milwaukee hickory handle, their framing hammer. It's
Yeah.
nice. It's not top
Nothing to
level.
write home about.
No, it's good enough for me around my house and my retirement. So that's all I need. It's unused and will remain that way. What is it in your trophy case? It's going to be hand me down.
Oh, oh, it's got some steel in there.
Okay.
It's going to make it really interesting when you get to 100 likes and we chop this thing
You
up.
have an Irwin hammer. I've never had an Irwin hammer. And Tactical Errors wonders why he has so many broken tools.
I
Yeah,
know
S-Wings
exactly why
do
my
last
tools
for
are
a long
broken.
time.
Hey,
S-Wing
we got to
makes a
find
great
out.
hammer.
I'm as curious as you guys are, and that's part of the channel, right? We want to know, are the tools decent or not? That's what this whole thing's about. So the more you
Well,
know about this hammer,
yeah, I'm pretty sure I can break a tough belt hammer in no time flat. Just
I'm gonna
haven't
put it in the
touched
vise.
them, but like just haven't touched them. I don't think they're impressive. Vaughn hammers, Hart hammers used to be really good. Center of gravity, also always the key with a proper hammer. Yeah.
Plum.
Actually, if you hold a hammer the right way, your chances of missing the head of the screw are greatly diminished.
The screw.
The head of a nail. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all good.
Occasional adult is what my shirt says.
Nice.
Well, Dan, enjoy your husband. I hope he makes you leaves you with a smile on your face and
If it's
plenty of
steel,
baby oil in the backside.
makes your
Is your
husband
husband
squeal.
named Diddy? Uh, yeah, the old red and black heart hammers used to be amazing. Even the old blues, they used to be amazing. I don't know about the current stuff at Walmart. I haven't used it, but Hart used to be a hammer company. In their logo, there is a hammer and a nail hidden in their logo.
Oh,
That is
nice.
where they made their bones. Um, Hart started with hammers. Yes, absolutely right. So, well, back to Milwaukee. The whole conversation for this evening: are they cooked? What do you think?
Well, I've been saying it for a while. You thought that they had too much fan base. They're probably gonna be okay. Um, they need to get another battery out soon because DeWalt's over here just rewarding
I,
us, man. Just taking care of
I
their
think,
customers. They literally have this 12-volt battery here, and
yeah,
we've got
S-Wing hammers number one. Well, they're up there, but they're not number one. No.
I don't have a power stack. They've got a
Yeah,
20-volt battery that's almost the same
Hampton.
size as
They
this.
they did just come out with a new 12 amp hour Forge battery, and
Yeah,
it does
why?
look impressive, but it's huge
Why? Why?
because they want bigger tools. They want you to use them and bigger tools.
Yeah,
You're an
I get it.
electrician, you wouldn't know.
That's true. It's true.
And as far as the Milwaukee, there was a time when Black and Decker was the biggest name in power tools. The actual brand Black and Decker was the
Yeah.
biggest name in power tools. And then I want to say that DeWalt took that over. And then it was Makita. Then it was Milwaukee. What I'm trying to say is as time goes on, everybody gets replaced at the top. Who's the best today will not be the best tomorrow. And I don't mean physically tomorrow. I mean down the line tomorrow.
Yeah. Milwaukee's new motor tech's gonna be interesting. I will say that. They're probably
Yeah.
gonna be okay.
Yeah. When they get it out there. Rigid never
Right.
got there. Doesn't matter to me. So Hercules is next. I doubt it. But maybe. What do you think?
Hercules.
Be the next best down the line. Who's y'all's money on? Right now, I can say this right now. When you look at the core tools, that is hammer drill, impact driver, circular saw, recip saw, sander, angle grinder, or oscillating multi tool. Those 7 tools, all 7 tools right now, arguably DeWalt is the best at all 7.
When you say that, I couldn't help but think of Flex though, unfortunately, because their sander is amazing. Their grinder is also amazing. Their drill is
Agreed.
pretty damn good. Impact's a
Agreed.
little big, but it's not bad. They've
Agreed.
they're almost there, man. It's just nobody buys them. Their
But
marketing
they're
sucks
not there.
balls.
And
Yeah.
I did say oscillating tool, OMT.
Yeah,
Oscillating multi-tool.
the OMT is good on Flex too, man. And they've actually got it. They just don't have the presence.
Yeah, nobody's buying.
Yeah, nobody's buying it. That's funny though.
But right now, you go through all 7 of those tools, and there is an argument, all 7. There is an argument that DeWalt is the best. Now, when
Yeah.
you go into specialty tools, well, rotary hammer, Bosch. Bosch has been the best for a long, long, long time.
Yeah, Milwaukee's rotary hammer's fine though, honestly. I mean, for doing a lot of things,
I didn't
Milwaukee's
say
fine.
they're not fine,
Yeah.
but they're not the best.
No, they're not the best.
You go down the list, how far down the list of different tools do you have to go before you say, yeah, Milwaukee's best there? They don't make the best impact driver. They make the 3rd best impact driver. They
Yeah.
don't make the best hammer drill. They make the 3rd best hammer drill. They don't make the best recip saw. They make the 4th best recip saw. They don't make the best circular saw. They make the 3rd best circular saw. They don't make the best angle grinder. They make like the 5th best angle grinder. Project Farm be damned. Biggest battery, biggest fucking angle grinder. When he tested them. No,
Yeah.
you literally go down the list. They don't make the best miter saw. They don't make the best table saw. What do you got to go? OPE? What
Well, I
the
hope
hell
not, but
does
yeah.
Milwaukee have that you're going to take over Ego?
I don't think anything's take over Eco for a while.
So pack out and 12-volt tools.
Even the 12-volt tools, I think people are starting to catch on, man.
What's up, Kansas?
Once you need more batteries and it's like I need to spend this much or I can go get something else. I
Israel.
I don't know, man. The 12-volt tools with
Steel?
a 5 is the same size as an 18-volt tool.
Yeah,
They've screwed themselves by not doing this. So by the time you add a battery that goes up and then it goes down as the base
exactly,
of the
Bobby.
tool as a battery, you may as well have just had a base of a tool right here
Right.
that clips onto the bottom. And then you can put anything you want on there.
Thanks,
And
Paul.
you're not trying to engineer whatever. Still the most powerful 12-volt. Still some of the best bang for your buck. But man, a lot of their tools are big in that area and they have to be because they don't have a choice.
Wilderness, we're not saying that Milwaukee doesn't make a fine product or a very good product. That's not the point. But when you start looking at it and have they rested on their laurels, kind of like the whole conversation of tonight, have they rested on their laurels and allowed other companies to move ahead of them?
Yeah.
That's really the key. Have other companies moved ahead of Milwaukee? And I think no matter, like, unless you've got the rose colored, and fittingly, the rose colored glasses on, you cannot objectively look at it and say that Milwaukee is the best. You can say maybe they have the best all around, the least amount of drop off. That's an argument you can make. And I think that is the argument that should be made
Another
as to
argument you
why
can
they're still
make
the best.
is that whatever you buy from Milwaukee, whatever it is, it doesn't matter.
Only the
It's
fuel.
going to get the job done exceptionally better than corded tools. Still,
Yeah.
anything,
True.
all of them, all of
That's
them.
true. Well, only the fuel line.
The fuel line, right?
The brushless and the brushed, trash.
Yeah.
So we're only talking about the fuel line. Who is Garth Brooks? Who are you calling
That's
Garth Brooks?
the singer, country. You got the hat.
No.
We're in Ascension.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yes. It's a Stetson. Best recip saw. That's easy. It's a Flex Volt from DeWalt.
Do you think so?
Absolutely.
Does that? Because I don't know. Because I don't do Flex Volt. I
Yeah,
didn't buy
you're
into it
missing
then.
out.
I'm not buying into it now. Right? Flex Volt is OPE. They trick you into spending an extra $150 on a
Not just
Flex Volt
OPE.
battery. If you don't
It's
have
not just
OPE,
OPE.
you ain't getting 60 volts to your drill. You ain't getting 60 volts to whatever. It takes your 6 volts, takes your 6 amp hour battery and gives you 6 amps when you have 20 volts. And when you have 60, it cuts into a third,
Okay.
roughly, right? Half. So you're getting
Third,
about 3 amps,
20
3
to
amps at 60.
20. Yeah.
Yeah. So you get 3 amps at 60 on a 6 amp hour flex volt, and you get 6 amps. Meanwhile, you're paying extra for a battery, for a tool that you could have bought as a power detect, basically. Does the
Sure.
recip get 60 or not?
Yes.
The
Angle
recip does
grinder.
get 60,
Angle grinder also
and the
60.
grinder and the compressor.
So they have they do
Just the
have
drill doesn't
quite
get
a
60.
few. Right. Just the drill. A few
Okay, well
others,
then
but
it
mainly the drill.
probably pretty badass then.
Yeah. They're amazing. Like all of them are amazing.
Better than the
Not
big flex.
knocking. What's that?
Better than the big ass flex that weighs 11 pounds.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. I think DeWalt hit a home run on the Flex Volt line. I wish they had expanded it more, but they didn't. I don't know that they're going to continue to make the Flex Volt line. I don't know that they won't, but I don't know that they will. What's up, Thomas?
Hard to argue that, Reed. Impact's the only impact that lasts.
Well, yeah,
When
tools that don't get used last a long time.
Well, not just that, tools that are extremely, like, not pushing the limit of performance also tend to last a long time.
And somebody asked how I do not know who Garth Brooks is. Now, see, I haven't listened to music in over 30 years, and I'm not in any type of hurry to listen to music.
Alzheimer's also helps with that. By the way,
Does.
guys, the tools with souls, the alls is not for fun, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, impact is the best. Somebody keeps asking twice. Can't pronounce the name.
The best impact is the DeWalt DCF 860.
860 is amazing. The more I use
The
it,
fastest, it's the most powerful. It's not big, which is unusual for a DeWalt tool. It's as far as their impact driver, it's not big, but it is fast,
and
it is powerful, and it blows the Milwaukee away and it blows the Flex away.
and it's got a nice ring light,
It
and
does.
you can use power stacks 1.7s.
What's up, Sharush? We're good. Oh yeah, the
Speed 2 is kind of
1.7.
upsetting that they went with Connect tool mode, but Speed
Yeah.
3 is nice. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, they make a welder that runs off of a Flex Volt battery. Now that's damned impressive. Oh, I
That
did not know
is
that.
pretty
Thanks,
impressive.
Doug.
I would imagine that would
Douglas.
destroy a battery pretty quick. That kind of amperage leaving something that fast. That'd
I
be a
don't
lot of
know.
heat, wouldn't it?
What's that? Yeah, they do make a lot of heat, but if there's probably some kind of connection in there that makes it fun,
Capacitor step up something that's doing something.
making you cope with your Milwaukee buys. Well, there's nothing wrong with Milwaukee, but have they begun to accept being number 2?
I don't know if they're number 2 yet, but they're getting there. The more DeWalt comes out with, and they keep not making a smaller battery. Make me a smaller battery, damn it, Milwaukee.
Oh, who makes the best lasting batteries? Bosch.
I was gonna say
Hate to rain
Milwaukee.
on everybody's parade, but it is Bosch.
I was gonna say Milwaukee, right after we were just trashing them. Milwaukee makes damn good batteries, guys. They
They
really
do,
do. They
except the
last for a long
batteries.
time.
The batteries
Great
will
in the
split apart.
cold.
They split apart. If you're in
They do split
construction,
apart. They do
If
split
you're in
apart. I gave
construction,
somebody
you put duct tape around your Milwaukee batteries to hold them together. That's no joke. It's no
that
lie.
is
That's what
not
you
a
end up
joke.
doing.
I had a coworker, he didn't know a lot about tools. Be gentle on him, okay? He got a Gen 3 because we were, doing side jobs with the buddy, so he had the Gen 3 with him, and he thought
Yeah.
that he could remove lug nuts on his car. This is a true story. He thought he could remove lug nuts on his car with a drill,
Hey, Caleb.
and he FAFO'd, and as soon as he pulled the trigger, the drill went like this. The top portion of the battery stayed on the drill. The bottom portion left the chat, so to speak.
Yeah.
And Home Depot actually warranted the battery, even though he just ripped it off. But I told him, I was like, man, all the screws they stayed, but they just sheared. The
It's true.
sheared right out of the plastic threads, just
JD
separated completely.
JDT Co sells a battery strap for Milwaukee batteries. That's all you need to know right there.
Yeah,
10-year-old Hitachi batteries. Yeah, Metabo makes a good battery. What is Makita's biggest problem? They're fanboys. If it wasn't for that, it would be that they long ago decided that they were happy at number 3, and now they're barely number 5,
they
as
did.
far as power
They
tools go.
they got really comfortable. They hadn't changed their battery technology. So get this, right? Imagine coming out with a 40-volt
Yes, Rodney.
system and then contouring all the handles and everything to still
Hmm.
be the M18 size, sticking a block this big on the bottom of your tool, making the tools too small for the average person to actually grab, even though you got a big old brick hanging off the bottom of it,
That's true, Bruce.
trying to sell you it and tell you it's great for I don't know how many years, and
Thanks,
then resulting
critical.
back to your M18 platform that was created almost 20 years ago and not changing the battery platform and keeping the same batteries for the M18 and still putting out tool after tool after tool of the same tool constantly with no real upgrade. That's
Yeah.
Makita.
So I've got 2 questions to answer. James Coiney, he wants to know if the off-brand Milwaukee batteries are worth it. They are not. They are absolutely terrible. You're getting about a third of the power out of those over
Depends what you're
your
doing.
standard Milwaukee batteries because they don't use the same type of cells
Yep.
as the standard, so they're terrible. And then somebody asked me, they said I said I was retired. They wanted to know what I was retired from. So I spent 32 years in the trades doing commercial industrial building and then 4 years of solar. Also, while doing that, I ran an insurance business and I was one of the largest insurance brokerage firms in North America. So there you go.
There you go.
Point. Thank you, James. I appreciate that. Um, no, they are not great. Don't buy the other batteries. And I installed solar farms for military, so I was pretty good at it. Thanks, Jeremy. The dewalt cordless welder made by ESOB, and that is what Douglas said as well. So there you go. Irish. Thank you,
Nice.
Ben. So the moral of this story is right now you can see that Milwaukee needs to step up. If they do not step up relatively soon, and that is within the next 2 years, they'll be number 2.
Yeah,
Now,
I've said it multiple
sales
times,
might
dude.
not be that.
I've said it a
Sales
bunch of
might not be that.
times. If they made, keep in mind the 3.0 for the Milwaukee
Perfect.
HO, uh, almost perfect. It's very close to perfect. It's what you got to use to get the best power to weight ratio that ever existed for you know up until power stacks. Really, um, they they could make a stack lithium. They can make a tabless. I I would drop DeWalt and go to Milwaukee the second they did that because
There you go.
their impacts are power to weight ratio better. They're
Right.
smaller. It's Milwaukee. So technically, I I trust Milwaukee tools more than I do DeWalt to last. I really do.
Right.
I still do. I trust Milwaukee batteries to last more than I do DeWalt's. Um,
That's something.
if I was to go back into the field, back into construction, I would probably have at least 4 power stacks with me, 1.7s and 1.5.
Right.
I could do everything I need to do with 2 5s. I'm not confident in the technology yet. I'm not confident in DeWalt. Um, and the same thing goes. If something breaks, I just buy a new one right there the next day. So I'm not
Now,
worried about the tools breaking. That's irrelevant. When you're talking about
yeah,
reliability and batteries and actually getting it done when push comes to shove, Milwaukee's still got it, but they they're losing it, man. Every time someone comes out with something new and they keep announcing all this stuff and they don't come out with a smaller battery, they're leaving a lot on the table because there's a lot of handymen, there's a lot of techs, there's a lot to do with a smaller battery.
Neil, if you need a torque wrench for occasional use once a week at most, what do you
Harbor
recommend?
Freight,
Get the Pittsburgh from Harbor Freight.
Harbor Freight.
You're
Been
not
using
going
it
to
for
be a
years
professional.
professionally, testing it with calibrated wrenches. That little small one that you just dial in, nothing wrong with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. If so, to me, I don't look at Milwaukee batteries as being all that reliable. They're good,
Yeah,
but I don't really like putting duct tape around my battery to hold it together. That being said, I have no issue with Milwaukee at all. Like, I like Milwaukee quite a bit. Um, One of my favorite, and I actually said not even that long ago that they still are arguably the best all around tool brand. And I would stand by that even to this day.
yeah,
But it's getting to the point where there are some competitors out there that are knocking on that door in terms of quality, longevity, power, speed. I mean, Milwaukee never been the fastest, but now they're not even, other than their impact driver, they're really rarely ever in the conversation for fast.
yeah. Well, YouTube talks about fast. I like usability. Um, the best thing. Got a video coming out. Might drop it after this. I don't know. Still gonna make a thumbnail. You know how it goes.
Yeah,
This is huge, by the way. This right here, this chuck. When
yeah,
you tighten it, it
it's
actually
huge.
stops. It actually stops. There's no chuck that's ever existed. And even when Jermaine grabbed it, he was like, wait a second, it stopped. This thing
Hmm.
stops.
Boom.
That's it. There is no more clicks to it. It's fully tight. It knows the job. Like it actually stops, and there's no slop to it. There's no bounce. There's no spring tension. There's nothing. It that alone, man. Just after years of using a drill and
Yeah.
having to tighten the chuck, that alone, dude, is worth upgrading. Okay.
Jo- Joshua wrote, yeah, if Milwaukee made duct tape, VCG would have 23 shorts on it, and that's the truth. If you watch one VCG short, you've seen the next 30. So that is absolutely true. My dad drives a BMW. And fuck you. Your dad doesn't drive shit. Anyway, I'm a tool guy. The only drive I know is driving the fastener. That's the only one I want to worry about. But
Yeah.
I, I I tested the clutch. I'd not seen anybody test the clutch on the 1007 yet. I tested the clutch against the Milwaukee 2904. That's in the video that's coming out. I hope to have it out tomorrow. I just got to finish putting the edits on it.
Right.
Um, the Milwaukee clutch is terrible, and it's renowned to be terrible. That's why everybody leaves the Milwaukee in drill mode. But when you're doing delicate work with a drill, you definitely want to have a reliable chuck.
Yeah.
I have video footage of the Milwaukee continuing to drive the fastener even after it hits the torque limit. It just continues to catch and catch and catch and catch and catch and catch. Now, it can't drive the fastener all the way, but it'll catch it, right? And then it gets to a point and it just and does nothing. The Milwaukee clutch, or the DeWalt clutch, rather, sorry, the DeWalt clutch, when it hits its torque limit, it's done. There's no like that typical sound that you hear with the clutch on all
Yeah.
drill. When the Milwaukee or when the DeWalt hits that torque limit, it's just done. It's like, okay, I'm done. And I got
Monster
to
says
continue
had
to
the
drive.
Milwaukee for years, never had a battery split.
What's up, Howie?
I used the Milwaukee from 2000 and when did I get married? 10. So 11, 2011 or 12, whenever they came out
Trail
until
mode.
still to this day. I also have not had a battery split on me.
Oh,
Um,
well, that's interesting.
but the first time that I heard of it, my buddy, just the sheer momentum of the force of the drill, because you can't tighten or loosen lug nuts with a drill. Like that's what impacts are
Oh,
literally
you
for.
should.
Uh, you can imagine the force that just swung that thing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Uh, proof is in the pudding, though, man. I saw the battery, so
I need to take time out. Howie Z showed up. Howie, um, I'm not going to share your medical information. I know you've been going through a rough spot right now. I want you to know I've been thinking about you, saying my prayers, hoping you recover and do well. And I'm glad to see you here tonight. So thanks for being here, Howie.
what's up, Howie? Hope you're doing well.
Milwaukee batteries get loose in the loose connection, so need to tape on strap. Yeah, the Milwaukee battery. They're not trash, but they definitely aren't as durable as several other brands.
I've never had any issues with the Milwaukee battery in my life. Cold, hot, whatever. I think in my whole career, I might have one go bad, maybe one out of 18, probably.
Mhm. Well, I've
But
blown a
they
few
don't make things like they
twos.
used to. So
Yeah, I've blown a few twos that won't take a charge. You don't have to go very far. Dr. Left Hand Thread here on YouTube. Go over to his channel. He definitely has videos of putting the Milwaukee batteries back together, but he
yeah, he
has
does.
them on all brands. So don't think anybody is being biased here or anything like that. It's just the truth. All brands, their batteries will go bad at some point. It just depends on how often and what you're doing with them. How often you're
I
doing it, and what you're doing with them.
I loosened 4 screws on a power stack. Now, I talked to a rep that got really high up in flex pretty quickly with Chevron
Mhm.
before he got really high up, and then he passed me to a different rep, which I need to call to get more flex stuff. But,
Yeah.
he told me that basically the cells nest in a certain area. There's sensors all over them to detect motion and expansion and movement. I tried to see what was in a stack lithium battery.
Mhm.
I took the 4 screws off. I took the plate off, and it died.
Mhm. Yeah, it's
So,
not made to be
the
taken
the more
apart like that.
technology we get, the more sensitive this stuff is gonna be. Hopefully, they warranty it. But, I don't know, man. I trust a 5.0, and I don't like 5s because 'cause they're big, but I trust a 5.0 Milwaukee battery more than a lot of things.
Jet, I'm not a fanboy. I love all tools except for Makita because Makita is trash. James, I'm taking it you're in the Milwaukee line. Get the Forge battery. The Forge battery by far the best battery that they make. That and the 3 amp hour high output battery, those two best. If you're in the DeWalt, try a Flex Volt first. I'm going to tell you that. Try a Flex Volt battery if you've got the Flex Volt tools. And if you really want to try something, and again, I'm going to show it. I keep alluding to the video. I'm going to show the difference between a 5 amp hour power stack battery and an 8 amp hour power pack battery. It's mind blowing different.
Oh, the tabless.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, the
mind
tabless
blowingly different.
is pretty freaking impressive.
Midgets always steal the batteries.
I was kind of in denial about the tabless. I'm still in denial about the Forge.
Yeah, and by the way, first company to introduce tabless batteries was Bosch.
Yeah.
Bosch, one of the most innovative uh, tool brands out there. They developed the X Lock that I call the X Lax for your angle grinder, because I ain't buying that shit. But they developed it, and it does seem to be a better system. They did the first tabless batteries. I mean, you go through and you look at what Bosch has done as a brand for innovation, and they may be the most innovative of the big names out there. Um, like by
What's up,
far. What's up,
Milkman?
Milkman? Glad you're to see your bitch ass here. But you look at them, and they've absolutely done an incredible job. Thanks, James. We appreciate it. Real talks reporter Porta band Milwaukee is by far the best. Okay. Whatever you say,
Hey,
few
we got
first fuel injectors.
it's getting late in the stream. We got 500 people watching. We get 50 more likes. We're gonna break this hammer. We're gonna see what's
You're gonna
inside of it.
cut it. You're gonna cut it in half.
We're gonna cut it in half. We're also gonna rip. It's a tough build. They don't make it anymore, and I like this hammer. I actually like this one. We're going
The
to
heart drill
skin
blew up in your face. I'm not
this
surprised.
off, just like we did when we got noticed by Tough Bill. We got noticed by Tough Bill. They sent us a whole box because we were destroying their screwdrivers live to see what was in there. Get to 100 likes, man. We're doing it.
Well, let's get there. Of course, that just dropped off like 200 people. So,
Oh,
well,
you got
if
100
50
back.
more of you hit the fucking like button, he will cut that damn hammer in half. Who wouldn't want to see what's inside of it? Because I don't think the metal goes all the way through.
Yeah.
I think it's just a poorly built hammer. Rodney, that's not the point, man.
We did run a magnet. You weren't paying attention. So now you're not going to know.
Yeah, get the likes or the stream is done. That's like Kyle said. Uh, there can and it might be candy. $1.99 from Milkman said tabless cells change the game. Will pouch survive? Yes, pouch cells are the future.
I hope pouch survives, man. I love the pouch cells.
We appreciate it. Seco. I can't read your name.
If you double tap the screen on a phone, it gives a like. Like YouTube
Sure.
hid the like button. It's so stupid, man. Double tap the screen and it gives a like. It's free and we get to cut a hammer in half. Also, this thing is kind of popping as I bend it on my knee. So I'm really interested to break this thing in half for you guys. But every time I flex it on my knee, it gives a little pop. I don't know if it's a fiberglass or what it is.
Fusion batteries. Uh, you know what's
I'm gonna
funny?
break my thumb.
What's funny? We're talking about DeWalt, the Milwaukee, Bosch, Flex. There is one brand out there that you and I love love their tools. Everything that we've tried from them has been amazing. Just nobody buys them. If you don't know who we're talking about, it's Metabo HPT, sold at Lowe's and several other places. But every single one of their tools is smooth as silk. Like
That's
not
true.
they're not made for power. They're not made for speed. They're just fucking smooth. When you use them, it's like riding in a Cadillac. You know it's or a Rolls Royce. You know it's just going to go nice and easy, not super smooth. It's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
That's right.
Smash the like button.
If you like what SoAlz and Coochie are bringing you tonight, just smash the like button. It's free to you. It's free for you to do, and we'll bring you 7 years of good luck. Thank you. We appreciate that, Shaka. My Metabo tools have held up better than my red tools, says D. Hardy.
Says it all.
I'm not surprised in the least bit.
Neither am I.
Metabo has made just like every tool I've ever used from them. I have been happy that I used it. Like the triple hammer is my favorite impact driver to use. It's not fast and it's not powerful, but it's my favorite.
We only need about 30 more likes. I'm trying to see how can we creatively just obliterate this.
Look, if you guys want to get up there, if you want to see him cut that hammer in half, all you got to do is double tap your screen.
That's it.
That's the like
We're
button.
cutting this
That's all
bitch in
you got to
half.
do, and he will cut that somebody.
If you guys aren't familiar with the stream,
Not only does hitting the like button give you 7 years of good luck, it makes your dick grow.
yeah, your dick will be huge, and we might even run like a whole lag through this thing.
See? How can you go wrong? This is
I
the
don't think you
type
can.
of entertainment. Look, I said dick grow, and so many people left. They're like, I want my 2 inches. Yeah, the Metabo circular saw actually has a quiet mode in it to reduce the amount of noise of cutting. So that's amazing. And yeah, Metabo's always on sale, which is a shame.
Smitty Bug needs the growth. Me too, man. Me too.
You need the growth. Well, hit the damn like button, sir. That's all you got to do.
That's it. That's it.
I'll tell you what. If you don't hit the like button, you did it yourself. How many bottles of baby oil in your bathroom?
I think we're gonna start by running. I think we're gonna see if there's metal down here. So we're just gonna go with the 860 with some kind of auger just right in that hole.
Right in the hole.
Right in the hole.
Right in
We're
the
just gonna take
hole.
like a what's the ones that Erwin makes? A speed bore. We're gonna take a 1-inch speed bore right
Did he
there.
1,000 bottles? I sent these guys a videotape of what Diddy's gonna be like in prison, and all somebody did was they AI'd his face over the Hawk Tua girl.
Oh, I also bought an angle grinder blade for the DeWalt. We can see how good the angle
Irwin's right.
grinder is
Yeah.
on the steel here too.
Right, see, look, he's willing to destroy a tool.
Yeah.
I never
sucks they
hit
don't make it
like
anymore.
button upon request. So don't hit it, Magnus.
It's a love-hate, man. I want to like it. I don't like the shape of it. I like the feel of it. I like the handle. I like the
It's
bump.
terrible. It's terrible.
It's just a weird.
You wouldn't use
It's a
that on a
love-hate, man.
construction site. You wouldn't use it on a construction site. It would never get near a construction site.
How many ounces? It's 18 ounces. Doesn't feel like an 18
What's up,
ounce.
Danos? I just cut it now. 77 is close enough.
Cut it now. Let's get 10 more likes and we will walk out to the shop and begin cutting it.
There you go.
Let's get to
10
100
more and he'll cut it.
Yeah. 10 more likes.
And he'll cut that thing in half. 10 more likes or $10.
I kind of want to put it in the vise and stand on it and just see if it can hold 200 pounds.
Do you listen to? I don't listen to any music. I haven't listened to music in 30 years plus.
In anticipation of getting to 100 likes, I'm going to walk out of the garage right now and start setting up the vise.
Let's go.
And then once you get to 100 likes, it's on.
Heavy user in construction and automotive can't decide between Milwaukee, dewalt, or Flex. Almost bought Flex because of performance, but limited tools. Now leaning dewalt. DeWalt's going to do you right because DeWalt's the only one that, first of all, they actually have batteries that are oil resistant. So definitely a move in their favor. And you said automotive, so they've got the best impact wrench right now. They have the best impact driver right now. Definitely go toward DeWalt.
Oh man, I left this on.
Well, we're glad you made it here, Jonathan. Drop drop a bag full of batteries in a box and they charge without plugging them in. DeWalt has a flathead ratchet. They do. You should have been a cowboy. It's not too late. Milwaukee 2024, maybe. Maybe not 2025 though.
20 more likes, guys. All we need is 20.
Klein's the at what? What's the best Klein? What does Klein make the best?
Well, they make Kleins. They make really good screwdrivers.
Are they the best?
You know, it's not about whether it's going to last as long when you're going to
Thanks,
just destroy
man.
your shit anyway. They
Dang,
definitely make some of the better. Look at this. This thing just could not wait to fall. As soon as I walked away, it literally just fell off the freaking table by itself.
they don't
Climb is
make the
some of
best.
the most enjoyable stuff, man.
Yeah,
Hard,
but they
it's
don't
hard
make
to
the
deny.
best electrical tools. They're not the best electrical.
Look, the
Makita
stuff
is
ain't gonna
trash
last.
magnet.
It's not gonna last anyway. So you may as well just get like that's undeniably probably the best 1,000-volt screwdriver.
There you go. One.
These are good. You say you like the Knipex, but you can't find the Knipex at the store. If I break these, burn them up, blow them up, they're in the store. So until they're in the store,
That's not true. I
the
can go to
best
Menards.
is relative. These are definitely the best.
Makita is the best at sitting on the shelf or being the worst.
Yeah.
Weira.
That's 9/16 right there. You don't need that flip socket. That's all you need. This is impact rated. Been using it for years. You can only tighten down the struts. They're tight.
Sex should be like a rodeo. If it goes at longer than 8 seconds, you hop off with your hands up in the air and look for somebody to give you a trophy.
We need 20 more likes for a bad idea.
Oh, just do it anyway. Let's go.
Come on.
You got my mouth all ready to see that tool get cut in half.
Go. I'm going to stand on it first. I think it's crazy, man. People watch you for this long waiting to give you a like.
Look, if you're using a Makita tool in 2024, it's because you don't know any better.
I'm going
Try
to
a
use a
different
Makita.
brand. Try a real brand.
We're going to use a Makita now to destroy it.
Makita tools are used for women and children. They're
Okay,
shit.
look, I see the problem here, right? The problem is these ears are in the way. And we need to cut them off because they're in the way.
I think he meant the claw. $20 if you can stand on it with the vise. Oh shit.
All right, so that's
I
wood
hope
blade.
Makita goes away.
This is stupid. Just watch.
I don't think it's working.
So we got a little bit of a
I
scratch
love
there.
Knipex.
We got some noticeable mark there. Let's see how.
It's just weird that he said the ears. Hey, Kansas said if you stand on it, he'll give you $20. Stand on it in the vise.
He's just gonna super chat me later.
Oh, he's from Europe. No wonder. You guys don't get actual good tools in Europe. Sorry, Mike.
Oh, I got some flex. Hang on. Did you just pound on it for a second? Tough built versus Knipex.
We know, Golden. Well, I know.
We got some noticeable marks there, right?
Yeah, Makita was good at one time, one point back in like 2008,
What?
maybe 2012, but not today. You're right, Jeremy. Definitely. What's up, George? Oh, hey, Caleb Ross. He's got a YouTube channel. He was here earlier, and I forgot. He's down in Florida, and they got hit by that little hurricane that went through. So,
Oh man,
hope he's doing all right.
we need to stabilize this a little bit.
Magnus, let me know when you Europeans quit using shit from the 1800s to build your homes, thinking that they're modern. Actually, 1600s, thinking that they're modern. When it gets to that point,
We
no
can.
wonder you like Makita. You're just stuck in the past.
Let's do this. Here we go. Right here. Let me get you nice and close. We got to make a little mount for this.
What's up, Noah? U.S. tools are ass. Aw, somebody got their ass hurt because America has better tools than them. Low and slow through metal, and you always use oil. Yeah, and when was the Empire State Building built? Dink? Jesus Christ.
Okay. Why didn't they do that, man? It's already lighter.
Yeah,
Look.
probably
Right.
reduces the vibration too.
Perfect. See?
Oh, I got a brown recluse spider stalking me. Hold on a second.
Don't let him bite your face. Okay.
Man one, brown recluse spider dead. There you go.
All right. Now, hopefully, this doesn't just, fall off the bench and I fall to my death. Live.
Made in Europe is a selling point. What is it? A gas chamber?
Huh, damn. Let me get 2 screws.
Ain't nobody sweating there. You know nothing about bricks. Bitch, America has the best bricks in the world.
Bricks.
Hate to break it
Bricks.
to you. America has the best bricks in the world. You just use some Eurotrash. Because, well, that's what you are. Yeah, don't forget to hit the thumbs up so he can finish destroying this hammer.
This
Yeah,
I'm gonna
see,
destroy
look at it,
myself,
Ben.
dude. I
Look at
don't
it,
think.
Ben.
Yeah. Maybe we should just not stand
Vivo
on.
had a nice display today. It was cool. That's cool. America does have the best everything in the world. We can't help it. We're the best. You're right. Except for electricians. Apparently, we don't have the best electricians trying to break a hammer.
Hang on. Sorry, I'm kind of new when it comes to breaking hammers. You have to forgive my arrogance and overconfidence here in the hammer breaking department.
Broke his vise. No, his vise just came loose from the. Oh, he's going to use some Harbor Freight clamps. Oh, shit. You should have some Bessie clamps there, son.
Too late.
Not the best politician. Well, that's true. We don't have the best politicians.
Oh, come on, man.
You like to tell your son Metric didn't put a man on the moon? True.
Uh-oh. That's unexpected.
What?
Bent the damn screw.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's almost like it's a hammer. I do not, Kevin. Steel toe Crocs, safety Crocs are a must.
Put an
Jamie,
offset
what's
in it.
up? We are back-to-back World War champs. That's true. NASA did use metric, so that would be, well, they
Shit, turned
actually
into a
use miles
screwdriver.
per hour.
Hang on.
All of
Screwdriver ready.
their fittings and stuff were imperial, not metric. Metric wasn't actually that popular in the 1960s when the United States landed
This is the
on
tough
the
bill
moon.
screwdriver. Pretty effective.
Yeah, it's better as a screwdriver.
It might be better as a screwdriver. Damn. Hang on. How are we gonna break this thing, man? I don't think I have anything sturdy enough to even.
And it's out.
It is out.
I still say you can bend the handle.
I think we just go over here to this brand new DeWalt blade that we got here. Let's find out if there's any metal in here.
All right.
You know what happened? What happened was ADHD kicked in and we forgot. We're gonna find out if there's any metal in here.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Clamp it down first.
No.
As his mama always said, stupid is as stupid does. There's no hope for tactical errors. I like how he managed to point the claw toward himself.
Okay.
That didn't look like there was metal in there.
I don't see any metal in there, sir. We're gonna have to explore further. Oh, it's metal.
Rooster Nugget is going to mess up. I believe in Rooster Nugget. If anybody can mess this up, it's going to be him.
There might be some metal in here. Should we just go with a recip, or should we go with a circular saw?
Ooh, do you have an angle grinder?
I do.
Why don't you bust out your Flex angle grinder with a metal cutting bit on it? That's great. Maybe you guys should update Magnus. Like I said, you're living in the past. Of course, you're European. The past is all you have. The worst part is I actually gave him the bit to remove that stuff with, but
It's here somewhere.
typical electrician.
It's here somewhere.
I think he burnt out his boyfriend with a metal cutting. I had to tell him. He does. Well, he's got, he probably shits bricks. Can't use hammers without anti-kickback. The spanner, yeah, that's it. That's it. The spanner wrench.
It's in that cabinet there somewhere. We're gonna attempt to put it back in the bag.
Rodney, if we started telling him what to do, it'd take longer. I don't know, Noah, but we like our imperial system over here. We call them freedom units.
I know
now.
what to do.
There's only 3 countries.
Yeah, that's what we got to do. We just got
There's
to
only
make
3
us a
countries
little
use it.
move here.
He is the living epitome of what not to do. A pipe stretcher. He hasn't filled out his ID-10 teach form yet. Milkman, it just depends on the homes. We make more low-end homes in the United States because we have a higher population than most European countries. Well, all European countries, but not all of them combined.
No, we still don't have enough damn space. Hang on. I'm gonna turn into a log splitter now. This hammer is being extra useful tonight. Can we split this?
He definitely swings a hammer like an electrician.
My thumb's here. A little nervous.
Thanks, George.
Can we just get one good swing into here? Because it doesn't want to stand
I'd like to see one good swing. Yeah. Split it.
That's what we need right there. There we go.
They don't like our stick homes. Oh well.
Don't like our stick
How to
homes.
lose a finger? What kind of hammer is that? It's a tough built hammer.
Okay.
We used to buy. Well, Sears used to actually come out and build the home for you. They would have people come
Damn,
out
dude.
and they would build them, and some of those homes are still around for a reasonable price. Oh no, I am not taking a break. But tonight we were just going to talk about Milwaukee, how it's fallen off. Hey, we're up to 90 likes, so that's impressive.
Retro 100.
That looks like that cheap ass Harbor Freight vise, that table vise.
Okay, I think that will hold in the vise now.
Okay.
That's the hope anyway, you know?
I mean, the fact of the matter is, he could have just put the handle in the vise with the head sticking out one side and the rest of the handle sticking out the other, and then just cut it in half. He chose not to do that. He chose to go violent. We like violence. No, this one's designed to come apart. I think it's like a central electric or central pneumatic or
Yeah, but
central piece of shit.
It's not happy about it, I'll tell you that. It is designed to come apart, but
just line it up in the holes.
Fucking fighting.
Maybe give it that old hawk tour.
I knew the fucking hawk tour.
What's wrong with Makita? Overpriced, underpowered, underperforming garbage.
Got it. First try too.
Yeah. Is that the central? What is the name of it? Central what vice?
It's Central Machinery, right?
Central Machinery. There you go.
I
knew it was a Harbor Freight vice. I knew it was a Harbor Freight vice. Big bag to pieces to Harbor Freight. What's up, JN? Milwaukee fuel all day. They kind of fallen behind, so we'll just leave it at that. Go back and watch the earlier part.
So close to going in there.
Actually, a Temu vice would probably be better. I'm just saying. Hey, Chocha?
Yo. Got it.
Okay. I'm just not going to tell him.
You're not going to tell me?
No, I'm not going to tell you that all you needed to do was have the handle stick out and put the head through all the way. Then you could have been doing this.
Yeah, but that's not fun. But see, we want to see the steel.
What's my go? I don't have a go-to brand. I use everything except for Makita. Hey, fix your camera. Fix your camera, dildo.
I'll be damned. It does have steel in the middle of it.
Hey, fix your camera, dink. Yeah, but look how much thinner it is.
How much
Klein is better. Cody, I've already answered. They're overpriced, underpowered, underperforming garbage. That's Makita for you in a nutshell. The dewalt has quietly been sitting on Milwaukee. I agree with you, Milkman. Quietly.
Doesn't feel like very much steel.
No, well, that's why it was bending when you were playing with it earlier. .21 and 30 degree framing nailer, that is Milwaukee all day. They have the best framing nailers. I love to watch the sparks fly, especially knowing that he's wearing Crocs. That's the flex angle grinder. Well, that is very thin metal there. So if you don't know, we were talking about this earlier when you're talking about the core power tools. That is a drill, impact driver, circular saw, recip saw, oscillating multi-tool, angle grinder. There's one other one, circular saw. When you go through, there are 7 tools that make up the core of a tool brand. Not a single one of those tools Milwaukee makes the best of. Not a single one.
All right, so not a whole lot of steel. More rubber.
That's what it looked like. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the as much steel as you get.
Oh, that's kind of pathetic, actually.
Pretty bad.
I think I've got more in my hickory handle Milwaukee than that thing had.
For sure.
Oh, where is Mr. Ortiz? Trump
Well, now we
motherfucker.
know.
Walt trash, Milwaukee 100%. Tell me you only know the name on the side of the tool, sir.
Now we know.
Grayson Gray. All right, Gary. I'm sure they do. Well, we're at 97 likes, and we've been doing this for an hour, 41 minutes, and I still have a video to edit for tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that was fun to see that. I'll be honest, I kind of got a kick out of watching the sparks fly.
That was the goal.
Yeah, you got to try that new 860, Mr. Ortiz. It's going to change your life.
We even showed you how to fix your vise when you F it up.
So we're out of here. Thank you for cutting that. We appreciate you all being here tonight. For all you Makita guys out there, don't forget, blow them like you know them. And for the rest of you, manscape like you landscape. If you trim your bush, your deck will always look big.
See you later, guys.
See you guys. Thanks for being here.
Made it to 100.